but it's not where we got to be. Now, Chad, we got an interesting voicemail. I was trying to get Alden to play it, but he can't find it, so I'm just going to say it out loud to everybody. I'm just paraphrasing. It's not the exact text, but it's close enough. The gentleman called up and said he had been listening to me for some number of years. And look at this. We're at 7,689. So you know what that means, folks? Some people, thank God, have dropped off of listening. Some people have quit listening. And that's good because they're not doing anything. Now, back to this caller. This caller said he'd been listening, taking notes for all these years. But then he said, you know, Larry, if you want to show people you're a true patriot, you should put the video up on YouTube free. You should put the video up on YouTube free. If I am a true patriot.
Yeah.
If I am a true patriot. Chad, what?
Is it that same guy that's calling you?
I don't know if he's the same guy. I mean, it's just what he said on a voicemail that he left. Now, I'd like somebody that got the video, that paid for it, to call in and tell me what you think about what this caller said. And then for all of you, maybe you challenge or doubt my being a true patriot. Can't help you. Can't help you. You know, Chad, you spent a year nearly watching me, reading stuff about me, turning over every stone that could be turned.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
Would you say I was a patriot type person, patriotic type person?
Larry, you're beyond that, Larry. You're like, you're our leader. You are someone the patriots should and do look up to.
Why would a person think that I would, and by the way, folks, Chad, you've asked about putting it up free on YouTube. What did I tell you?
Absolutely not. You wouldn't let me. I thought about it for a while because just wanted to get it out there. And no, you said absolutely not. No way.
Now, guys, I'm going to tell you, and to that caller, you better hear me. If we put that video up on YouTube, we might get some number of people that would view it. Probably would. Maybe they would. But let me tell you what they won't do. They won't do what we've got to have done to save this country. They won't. They'll watch the video, Chad, say they watched the video, probably put a comment on the comment section saying, guys, really liked it or didn't like it, whatever. That's what they do. Now, for those of you, and Chad, this is very important for you, for those of y'all that think we're not making a difference, as lowly as we are, if you don't think we're not hitting a nerve with 279 people, just why do you think the Washington Post would do an article talking about a big-time Washington attorney, Elias, being hired by rich George Soros to come after, guess what, North Carolina and any other state working on states' rights? Oh, my God. Oh, my God. Why? Why would they feel the necessity to go out and spend millions and millions of dollars, George Soros and the Democrats, and pay a big-time Washington legal firm for like 279 of us that are out here talking about these states on voters' rights, voter ID, that they want to fight states' rights issue. Why do you think that is, Chad?
Well, I think we have an effect. I think the word is getting out. I think they listen to our program.
I know they do. 279 people that can barely spend $20 for a video.
Mm-hmm.
Against George Soros's millions of dollars that he's paying a big-time Washington legal firm to fight us. Isn't that something, y'all? How many of y'all are willing to say to me now, we can't do anything? How many of you now are willing to say we can't have an effect? And by the way, how many of you now are going to use this as an excuse not to get the video? How many of you? How many? Because see, Chad, I can just hear them now. Oh my God, well, if Soros is paying millions of dollars and they've got this big high dollar Washington legal firm, oh my God, we've lost now. Right?
Yeah.
That's what they think. Those that want to think that way. Let me tell you something, folks. I have been up against the biggest law firms in America when I was fighting Bill Clinton. Bennett and his boy, Bob Bennett, and all of them. Yeah, I did. And I was told every day by everyone, there's no way you by yourself, you cannot fight these big people they're bringing into the game. I mean, my God, they're bringing massive law firms in. You cannot fight them. Chad, you know Pat Matriciano, you can ask him.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, God, was I told. But you know what I did? And we did. And it did. You see, the problem George Soros has, the problem this Elias attorney and his law firm, the problem they're going to have fighting us and the states that are willing to go forward with voter ID. Now, voter ID. The problem they got, and they better get a big old law firm. I mean, a big one. Because this is down to the fundamentals, folks. This is an absolute guaranteed constitutional right. If and only if a state, a people in a state, and a governor of a state, if they will make up their mind that they no longer want to allow the federal government to dictate their laws, and you know what? If they'll stand up and do that, then this thing's over. And they can hire the biggest firm. They can hire 10 firms bigger than that firm. And Soros can take all of his money and spend it, and he cannot beat us. But what I got to have right now, today, if you're out there listening to me, if you want to help us fight Soros and fight this law firm and save this country, and believe me, if you don't believe me, if you don't believe that what I'm asking and what we're trying to do can save this country, then at least judge us by our enemies, all right? There is no way in hell George Soros and the Democrats would hire a big-time law firm to fight on the issue of states' rights. They wouldn't. Unless they know what we know, Chad.
Mm-hmm.
That it's true. It's true. Mm-hmm. My God, it's true. Now, I haven't received any phone calls. Let me see here. I got another thing here from Greg, listener from Colombia and Israel today. Good. Colombia and Israel. Welcome.
Yeah. Is someone from Colombia listening?
Somebody from Colombia and somebody from Israel. Now, the Colombian, I wonder if that's your girlfriend. I'm just saying. Don't know. Chad has a beautiful young lady that's going to be his wife one day, I think, who lives in Colombia. So if you're out there and you viewed the video, call in 501-499-6022. Don't sit back quiet. Don't you sit quiet. Not today. Don't sit quiet. I'm sorry, Chad. Go ahead.
No. Yeah, don't stay quiet. Call in, people. It's my birthday. Let's hear from you. Let's have a good show. Things are going good in a positive direction. Hopefully, that guy in Wisconsin, Paul Nealon's going to be able to beat Paul Ryan out in his congressional seat. So, what's the number, Larry? I don't think you've given it out yet.
All right, the number is 501-499-6022. That's 501-499-6022. Now, Alden, what were you asking me? All right, what he asked was, would I talk about the vets funding and what happens with states' rights? The veterans and federal funding for the VA, that will be outside of the purview of each and every state, except that states can insist that the veterans of their state be given preferential treatment. So it can and will help the states. Let's see. Caller, we had a caller. Caller, go ahead.
Larry, this is Dan Brown.
Hey, Dan Brown.
Hey, listen, I contacted the governor's office again this morning.
Uh-huh.
According to his aides, he has not made his decision yet.
Good.
There is still time to just absolutely hammer this office with phone calls.
You know what I wish, Dan, and all of you, I wish this very, very much. I wish, Dan, that the governor would call me. I really do.
I don't know if you could get through to him, Larry. You may be able to. I call constantly, and I am not. There is no way to get past his aides to get him on a telephone or.
Well, I know.
Supposedly, I'm to get a call back this afternoon of where he stands on this, what his opinion is on it.
Dan, have you been able to convince his aides? And I'm just asking. And by the way, folks, Dan Brown. When you go trying to identify patriots, like that caller wondered whether I was a patriot or not, true patriot. Dan took the video, watched it, and acted on it, and got us a front row seat in North Carolina and their voter ID issue. So we all owe Dan a great amount of thanks. But Dan, when you talk to the aides, have you been able to get to them the fact that if he chooses to stay in federal court, take it all the way to the Supreme Court, that it will go to a Supreme Court that is tied right now, and therefore, since it's tied, that if they tie out on the decision, then it'll be thrown back to the last court, which, of course, was your appellate court, federal appellate court, which means you've lost. Have you been able to tell them that? Did they understand that?
I spoke 4 or 5 minutes with the girl. I try not to keep them on the phone, Larry, because, they're busy.
Good. Very smart.
So I was to the point with her, and he hummed, and she finally said, I understand. I said, now you understand that if Hillary goes in, we have a communist nation, Your kids will not see what you saw. You need to know that. And if Trump goes in, we're going to have a lame duck until he's out because, he's got no backing. And she goes, I understand. I said, can you get this message to the governor to stand tall? Just tell him, don't go to court. Just say no. Mm-hmm. She said she understood and that she would do it, Larry. I mean, I don't know how far that goes when you're talking with a political office like that.
But
hey, Dan. Hey, Dan.
Yeah, go ahead.
Hey, Dan, great job, by the way. Thank you very much for all your hard work. Have you tried getting the video to them at all?
I did. I told the aides about the video, and they tell me to seek my representative, that the law has to be written, brought to him. I said, here's the deal. We can do that, but first, Governor McCrory must stand tall, stay the course, and give us the time to write those laws.
Well, Dan, what I don't understand is he's saying that aide saying you got to go to your representative and then a law's got to be written. To my knowledge, I've got a law written, the one you're trying to pass right now.
No. This is on, because I was explaining the video about immigration and how the video. Okay. So she said that is up to bringing the laws to him to sign.
Right. Yeah.
And I said, I've got that. And we can do that, but we need more time.
Yeah, what I would do, Dan, just as a point of just trying to help everybody understand how to wage this battle, because we're having to do it by proxy, Dan, bless your heart. You're technically having to fight for me because I'm not able to do it. You're having to do it. But try not, folks, when you're talking about a specific bill or a law like this one, voter ID, try not to engage in the conversation about, for example, on the video, we talk about immigration and we talk about terrorism. Try not to get into that, because what that does is that breaks us into a conversation that we don't want to go in with them because they don't even know what you're talking about.
That's exactly what happened. And then I got her back on track and told her, we just need time. We can take care of that down the road. Right now, we just need his firmness to stay the course.
Yes. All right, Dan, if you would hold for a second.
This is Richard from Hawaii.
Wait a minute, Richard. Wait a minute. We're supposed to have Lori on the line. Alden, is Lori here? Okay, we lost Lori. All right, Dan, we're back to you. Listen, you've done wonderful. Just, Chad, is there some way you could help Dan? Can we get him can we burn a video somehow?
I'll give Dan a link that he could send the governor, the aide.
Well, I'm talking about, is there any way we can just get a video? Can Dan burn a video or something so he's got a DVD?
I mean, but we can email it to him much quicker than doing all that. Let's just email him back,
All right, let's do this. Dan, Chad, hold on. We have Lori on the line. Lori, are you there?
Hey, Larry.
How are you?
I'm good. And happy birthday, Alden.
No, Chad, not Alden. Chad.
Oh, it's Chad's birthday. Happy birthday, Chad. I just want to remind everyone that our nonprofit organization, Can't Keep Me Down, we're continuing to accept donations to support Larry. For more information about this, you guys can go to our website at can'tkeepmedown.org. That's can'tkeepmedown.org. And if you donate $25 or more, we're going to send you Larry's music CD for free. If you'd like to listen to one of my favorite songs on the CD, you could go to our site, and there's a song on there I added. Just select the play button. You can hear it. And we're also still offering Mary Ellen's handcrafted greeting cards, so if you'd make a donation of $10 or more, we'll send you one of those for free. Oh, and also there's in the upper right-hand corner of the YouTube channel, there's a tab that you can select, and it'll take you right to the site. So just one more time, that site is can'tkeepmedown.org. And also, when you submit your donation via PayPal to donate.ckmd@gmail.com, Include your address in the message, and we'll send you your selected items along with a tax-deductible receipt. But if you don't care about a receipt, you can always send your donation directly to Larry via PayPal at nicholslive@aol.com.
All right, now Lori, let me ask you something. You're trying to build a database, right?
Right.
Now, folks, what Lori is trying to find out, she needs to know how many of you want to actually work, who are actually working, who are trying to get their state or to participate in trying to get the work done. We've got to get to work, y'all. We have to get to work. And thank God for Lori and her organization. They understand we've got a job to do. And Dan, you've done a great job. Chad, you've given us the perfect tool to do it. But
and
Lori,
Larry, if they have any questions, they can always call me on my cell at 619-892-3704.
All right, say that again slowly.
619-892-3704.
All right. Now, Chad, have you got anything before Lori goes? Is there a question or comment for Lori from you? Yo, Chad. All right. Dan, are you there?
Yeah, I'm still here, Larry.
Hi, Dan.
I'm here, Larry.
Thanks for all you're doing, Dan.
How you doing,
Yeah.
Lori?
All right, Dan. Chad, is there anything you want to say to Lori before she goes?
No, go ahead.
I'm sorry, what?
Wait, say that again?
Is there anything you want to say or ask Lori before she hangs up, Chad?
No, I'm good. I'm good.
All right. Now,
Okay, Chad,
all right.
Thank you.
Then, Lori, thank you. Give your number once again. And folks, if you're having trouble getting all right, she's gone. All right, who have we got on the line?
It's me, Dan, Larry.
All right, Dan, just please stay the course. Maybe you and I need to talk off air, and maybe there's something I can do to say or help. Yes, sir.
I'll give you a call this evening, Larry.
All right.
As far as that guy that thinks you're not a patriot,
yeah,
get his address. I'll go down and have a talk with him.
I understand. Dan,
right,
thank you. Thank you so much for taking the initiative and engaging the enemy. That's what it takes. All right, Dan, thank you.
Hey, Dan, can you please call me after the show, 626-255-3925, and I'll get you that link.
All right, I dropped your number here. What was it again?
626-255-3925.
Okay, that's 626-255-3925.
Correct.
All right, looks like we got a bigger fish to fry. I'm ready to roll. See y'all later.
All right, guys, thank you. Okay, now we'll go to Greg. Greg, are you there?
Hey, Larry, I'm here, buddy. I want to, first of all, say thank you to you for, making it through hell and high water all the way back to your military days up until now. Those military days of yours were very important, but none more important than what we're facing now. And also like to thank Lori for all she does and all of the people who are actively engaged in the battle. And Chad, thank you too, buddy. Happy birthday. 42 years old. Wow, you're catching up with me.
Thank you, Greg.
You bet.
All right. Greg, I got this text. Chad, Greg, I got this. We got a ton of people calling. Let me say this. I got this text says all governors can see the video fast. All governors can see your video fast. Upload it to a link only you know and send that link to all governors. Barb. Chad, do you understand what Barb is saying we can do?
Yeah, I do, but I think we need someone like a Dan that's at least communicating with an aide so he can send it to them. We're not just going to blind send this, and they might not open it, they might not even get it.
Right. Well, that's not fair.
It's a great idea. It's a great idea, yeah.
All right, Greg. What do you think, buddy, about what do you think about our numbers? They're down today.
Yeah, they're down today. And you know what? In about 30 seconds, they're going to be down a little bit more. You know why, Larry? Because I'm going to drive them down. Isn't it odd to have a network that wants to drive their numbers down? But we're going to do it. And I just have to say, if you didn't listen to a word Larry said in the past, listen to me, please, if you will. If you are just here for pure, out-and-out, unadulterated entertainment, if you're here just because you have nothing better to do, if you're here just to waste time or you want to, feel like you're important, just go away. Stop listening to the network. You don't need to be here. Hey, look, we love you. God loves you. Jesus loves you. But you know what? Get off the apathy train. We don't need spectators. This is not a football game. This is our country on the line. And I'm going to borrow a line from Larry for a second because this sounds like something he would say. Get off the damn program if you're just going to sit on the sidelines. We don't need any bench warmers. Is that something you'd say, Larry?
You bet it is. You bet it is, Greg. And folks, listen to, if you don't think we're serious about this, this is Dr. Greg Martin. He owns Leading Edge Radio. And folks, we're sitting here and telling people, unlike all the other programs, see their shows. We're not. We're sitting here saying, get off. I'm sorry?
I think it's because this is, correct me if I'm wrong, this is not a ratings-oriented program. It's a results-oriented program.
Absolutely.
That's right. Look, that's right, Chad.
Greg, you and Chad, y'all been with me since the day I started this program. All right, agreed? Both of you?
Absolutely.
You've been with me.
That's right.
Since the day I started this, we had a deal, y'all. We had a deal. Y'all asked me over and over and over, when are we going to get in the game? When are we going to get suited up? When are you going to give us something to get suited up and do? We had a couple of test runs, which we did. Calling people, reading the script. We did that. But now it's for the country. Now this is all about the country. This is what it's all about, y'all. Get the video. Unlike the caller that left the message and said, I'm not a true patriot, or if I was, I'd put it on YouTube free. And he said, it's time to quit the panhandling. Hey, let me tell you, I'll decide when it's time to quit panhandling. And I don't call it panhandling when I'm sitting here saying, this is what you do. You get it. You watch it 3 times minimal until you absorb it. Then you get people to come in at least twice a month to view it. And you spread the word that way. And then we find that one person, maybe it's Dan Brown. Maybe Dan Brown found the state, found the issue that we need to set us free. But every one of you have got a job to do. And every one of you that have been here all this time waiting for the time, waiting for when we've got to go to work and when we've got to pull this thing together. It's now. And then, Greg, Chad, if you don't believe that now, then look at the Washington Post article when they're sitting there showing Soros hiring a big-time attorney to fight us on states' rights in the courts. And by the way, hiring a big-time attorney, paying millions of dollars to fight us in what? The federal court. We ain't going. We're not going. Not there. I'm sorry. I'm sorry if I'm short. I'm sorry if I offend y'all. I mean to. Look, all I ask you to do, look in a mirror and tell yourself what you see. You don't have to tell me. You don't have to tell Greg. You don't have to tell Chad. Look in that mirror and tell me what you see. And then look around yourself. Look around. Somewhere around each and every one of you, there is something you see that you love so much that you will fight to protect it. Now, you may think that you getting the video You may think you watching that video 3 or 4 or 5 times until it becomes a part of you. And you may think then showing it to the handfuls of people that you will show it to a couple of times a month or more, I hope. And then you may think when you show it to these people and these people say, well, okay, that's fine. But you know what? I'm just one person and so are you. And there's nothing we can do. We're just little people and there's nothing. You may think when all that happens that you're not doing the job. Well, let me tell you, every one of you have no idea. Somebody that you show it to, someone that you show this video to, may be the person that knows the governor or knows someone that knows the governor or knows someone that can get your legislature to do what needs to be done. You may have that person. But if you don't get the video and you don't show it, then we have no chance of reaching that person that you might have. And you may not have anybody. But look at it this way, at least you're fighting. Alden, we've got some people on. What do you got on the caller? We got a caller? Okay, they've all hung up. All right.
If it helps, I'll drop off the line so you and Chad can continue the program unless you have something else you would like for me to add.
Well, no, Alden, what did you say? He needs to go or he doesn't? All right, we've got a caller. Stay where you at, Greg. Stay where you at, Chad. Caller, you're up.
Yeah,
go ahead.
This Richard, Larry there.
You bet, Richard. This is me.
Yeah, I'm hitting a brick wall with North Carolina, but hey, Larry, that's okay. That's what happens in life, right?
You bet.
If life didn't have problems, it wouldn't be called life, right, Larry?
That's right.
Well, what's the wall? What's the wall, Richard? Maybe we can help you.
No, it's okay. I'm doing the same thing. I'm trying to get through with emails, and I'm trying to get through with I got a certain aide I'm talking to down there, but it just came to me, Chad, I need to move on. I need to get back on that list on Google's with all the governors in this great country we live in and start hitting these other states. I'm wasting too much time, and all of us can do that. We go to other states and we start banging their phone numbers. Politely, we do it. And we try to get an appointment going on with the governors so we can go in there and we can sit down, we can talk.
Yeah, Richard.
We got the governor. It's North Carolina. Pat McCrory. Well, that's the governor we got working on right now. Correct, Larry?
Yeah, and Chad, we've got him. But Richard, let me tell you, all of you, there's another governor that we could talk to. He's in Texas. His name is Abbott.
Abbott, yeah. I'll hit it. I'll start working on that today, Larry.
Now, another thing, Chad, Greg, Richard, all of you, get that article, Alden, find out where that article is about, the hiring the attorney to fight the voter ID. Find out what states they're geared up to fight in that article. That could give us another couple of 3 states to work on.
Yeah, whoever's got that information, please bring it forward so we can start banging those states there.
Yeah, Alden, can you put that article up on our YouTube site? All right, folks.
We can roll with this. You guys listen to Larry Wisdom. He's got the insight on how we can do this. We can do it. We do it through prayer. We do it through prayer. You gotta have a mighty God too. You got to talk to him so he can blow the doors open.
All right, Richard, I'm gonna ask you something. That caller that left the voicemail wondered whether I was a true patriot. And I'm gonna ask you, do you think, number one, that I'm a true patriot? It's just important to know your true feelings. And do you think Chad should put that video up on YouTube free?
No, you don't need to put. Hey, 240 years ago, we didn't win this country or freedom by anything that was free. 4% of this country fought for our independence from Britain. Only 4%, so it's not going to take us that many to blow some holes in this federal government. But you guys got to get out. You got to get the video. You go to statesrights.video. Scrape it up. It's only like $19.95 for the video. Larry's not making any money on this. This is an investment into your future. Into your future. We want to preserve this country. Is what we want to do. We like freedom. We're doing this for freedom. We're not only doing this for our kids. We like freedom. We like being in a free country. If you're just sitting there at home, if there's a problem, if you're depressed, go for a walk. Talk to your God. Your God. Say, God, I don't want this depression. I will not accept it. Take it away. Give me my peace back. Help me. Show me how I can help Larry. Show me how I can help my country get back on track. Praise God. Praise God. That's why I'm on fire, folks. I got a mighty God that works in my life, and you guys got to find that God yourself so we can continue to be free. I know you guys like freedom. Thanks, Larry.
Thank you, Richard. All right, bye-bye, Richard. All right. We've got another caller. Let's get it through, Greg. Chad, just hang on. Let's just see what these callers are saying to us. Go ahead, caller. You're there.
Hi, Larry. Can you hear me?
Yes, sir.
You know who this is, don't you?
Joel. No, I can't.
Joel. It's Joel.
Oh, Joel. Okay, I can't hear that well this morning, but yes. How are you, my buddy?
I'm fine. Hey, I've watched that video probably 20 times or more, and I've got everything. I've got it all in my head. But that guy that you were trying to talk about burning the CD to, that's what I wished I had, a burned CD in hand. I've got a new senator, and me and him talked about this twice. And we helped get him elected in my district. And he's very interested.
All right, Joe, listen to me. Chad's in Hawaii doing a shoot there. But when he gets back, he's getting DVDs made. Correct, Chad?
100%. I've already ordered them. So we're about a week away, you guys.
So, Joe,
and everyone that's ordered the video already via Vimeo will get a CD for free. So don't worry about that.
All right, Joe.
Get your DVD.
Okay,
right,
Larry. You'll get me a DVD, right?
You bet I will.
You got my address.
I got everything.
My address. Okay.
Yes,
well,
sir.
I started back last year on this.
Well, let me ask you, Joel, I'm glad you brought that up. What about you and I worked on trying to get the governor that was there last year involved. It's changed. Now you've got this woman, right?
Right. She's the same governor. Mary Fallon. It's the same governor. But I've got a brand new senator in my district.
All right.
And me and him have talked about it, Paul Scott. And if I can get this DVD and show him that DVD and have it on hand, he'll watch it. And we'll watch it together and we'll talk about it some more. But I wanted him to look at it. And then he can get with the governor. He'll have more stroke than I will because he's a senator.
You bet. Now, here again, folks, Joel's just like me. He's just like all of you, just a regular guy. But he's got a connection to talk to his senator in his state. That's what I'm talking about. Talk to him. And Joel will get you that DVD ASAP. It will come ASAP. As a matter of fact, we may find a way to get it to you quicker than waiting on all the others. But we'll do it, Joel. Thank you.
Well, we worked on this last year when it
Yes, sir.
came out, when I could watch it, and I watched it I don't know how many times so I could get it in my head. I can repeat it nearly verbatim.
Good.
And I've
All right.
talked to a lot of people about it, but I'd like to be able to show it,
Yeah.
And if I could get that senator to watch it, in which he will, he can go directly to the gut. He'll have more stroke than I would to get in her office and let her look at it and talk to her about it.
That'll work. All right, my friend, we got to move
All
on,
right.
but we'll get
All
you
right,
that DVD.
All right.
Thank you,
Give me a
Joe.
call. Give me a
Will
call.
do, buddy. All right.
All right. Let's
You too, buddy. All right. Well, Greg, what do you think about that?
I tell you what, Larry, Joel has, always been around, been a good patriot, been in the game. And, Larry, I've heard you talk about paradigm shift. A lot of times I can sit back because I'm not on the program that often, but I can sit back and I can listen. And there is a paradigm shift. There is something in the air that it's almost electric, man. I don't know. You probably sense it. You feel it, Chad. I'm sure you're the same way. No, we didn't reach the goal of 10,000 when we'd hoped. But there is a group of people out there who are working like or attempting to work like they are 10,000. And there is a movement going on here, kind of like in the Trump organization. People are deadly serious about taking their country back. And while we may not have 10,000 yet, it's not over till the fat lady sings, as they say in Texas. And that's no offense for us who are carrying a few extra pounds. But, I really believe that if you will do what you're supposed to do, get the video, get excited about something. So many people are, they're just at home and, they're depressed, like Joel said. They're worried about the economy and worried about whether Hillary's going to go in there. I think it's best to turn worry because, 99% of the time, the things we worry about don't come to pass. But you know what? It's the action that we take that makes the difference. And thank God for you, Larry, and all the others.
Well, let me show you this, Greg. Joe, if you're still listening, I want you to take a phone number down. Joe, if you're listening, write this number down. It is 405 609 4441. Joe, write that down. It's 405 609 4441. There's a reason, Joe. The person that sent this says, I can help the guy from Oklahoma because I live there also. So, Joel, if you will hook up with this person, together y'all may be able to do things easier with the two of you. And, Joel, if you didn't get it over that, you can call me and I'll give it to you. But we've got another call, Chad, Greg. Just hold on. All right, caller, you're on. You're up.
Yes, hello?
Yes.
Yeah. This is Scott.
Yes, Scott.
And I wanted to let you know that I was finally able to get the video uploaded. Don't ask me how I managed to do it.
Great.
Yeah, I finally did it, and I have watched it several times. The gist of that I'm getting of it, and correct me if I'm wrong, it's pretty much up to the governor to basically say that whether or not we're going to go into federal court with a specific issue, or is it the agency?
You're exactly right. That's it right there, Scott. It's really up to the governor. Now, you can support the governor through your state legislature. If enough of those guys say, Governor, what are you doing? We don't, let's don't go to federal court. Let's just tell them no. So, yes, it is. You know what I'm saying? It is the cause the governors, like in North Carolina.
Mm-hmm. Well, so ultimately, I guess it depends really on the type of governor that you have in the state. Like if from California, if it's somebody like Governor Moonbeam, I wouldn't expect count much for that. But, I guess it depends on the governor of your state.
Yes, you're right. But let me say this. Remember, you don't have to just go straight to your governor alone. You may know somebody, Scott. You may know somebody that knows a governor in another state or a legislator in another state. Yeah, California is not a good place to be pushing this. But don't stop showing it to people. Please, Scott, don't stop showing it to people. Let me ask you this right quick before we have to go. Did you like the video? Did it help you?
It was very helpful. For me, it filled in some blanks because some of the stuff I was kind of aware of, and it's just that it's like you've kind of forgotten some things, so it just kind of jars your memory of it. So, yeah, it filled in a lot of blanks.
Great.
Some things I knew and some things I didn't know. Now, what I can do, and then I'm going to let you go, is the next best thing in my particular situation. I'm not able to really kind of show it or have people over to do that. But what I can do is like what I was doing with that show before. And then there's another show where I used to, where I appear on regularly, and I used to host a show on this network, is, inform people that it is out there. So
that's right. Good job. All right, Scott, thank you. And thank you for staying with it. I know you had just a horrible time trying to get it uploaded, but thank you for sticking to it.
Okay.
Stay the course. All right, brother. Thank you. Guys, I want all of you to hear me. If you'll watch this video, if you'll join with us, I mean it, if you'll join with it, do you realize you're joining a kinsmanship? Do you understand that? You're joining a kinsmanship. There was a movie or a TV series or something called Band of Brothers. And it was talking about all of us, all of those of us that have been at any level in the military. And you truly are a band of brothers. You're joined together by an oath, by a dedication to duty. Do you realize by participating in this fight, you're joining a kinsmanship with the actual people that have fought and died for this country, and for those that have fought in every war that we've ever had, going back to the Revolutionary War. You're standing right beside them. And I assure you, the guys that were fighting in the Revolutionary War, if you would have said to them, you can get this video, watch it, spend $20, watch it 3 or 4 times until you absorb it, and then get people to come in twice a month and watch it or show it to them. If you'd have said to them, you can do that, or you can join up in this militia group and go fight and be outnumbered by the British, which one do you think they would have taken? Huh? And we're both fighting for the same thing. They were trying to free us from the King of England and tyrannical government. We're fighting to free ourselves from Washington and a tyrannical government. All right, we've got another caller. Caller, go ahead. And we missed him. Caller, you can call right back. I'm sorry. But closing comment, Greg. How many people we got listening to us right now, Greg?
Larry, we're just a couple ahead of where we were earlier. I just changed locations, and we're literally a handful. We're about 5 up from where we last left that last number. But every time we issue the call to either put up or shut up, or I hate to say it that way, but as we say, let's get in the game. I talked to Pastor Ernie Sanders yesterday, and Larry, you know what we were discussing about Ernie. I'll tell you what, for a long time, that man has been fighting for the lives of the unborn. He has been threatened. He told me the story yesterday about Green Tooth. Remember that one?
You bet. All right, hold on, Greg, just one second. I hate to interrupt you on this, but we've got a caller that's been trying to get through. Let me get this caller up, please. Caller, jump in here right quick. We're almost out of time.
Larry, this
Hello.
is Terry from Minnesota. I got a
Terry,
crazy idea.
right quick, buddy.
You were saying that you wanted to put it, you were going to.
I'm sorry? Lost you there, buddy.
I'm having
Hello?
trouble.
Hello, Terry. Are you there?
Yeah, I'm here, Larry. I got a crazy idea. I got a crazy idea. You were saying that it's possible to put it up on YouTube. What about the idea that if you send an email with an access code only to governors and lieutenant governors, an access code, send it to all 50 and send it to all the 50 governors and lieutenant governors, and then give them their own access code, right? I know it technically would work.
Well,
right.
Terry,
And just have it on, it's on.
Yeah, Terry, what we're going to do there is we've talked about that. We do not want to send out a blanket thing to the governors. We want people. We want the people that are here with us, Terry, you and others. We want y'all to get in touch with the governor. Now, if you get a governor or lieutenant governor or legislator or whatever that, that you think we need to talk to, then we will facilitate that person getting one. But we're not going to send out a blanket one. They won't watch it. I'm telling you, Terry, they won't watch it.
Oh, I've tried Governor Dayton.
Yeah.
Anyway,
you just, all right, thank you. Thank you, Terry. All right.
We need to get that. We need Larry. This is Chad. We need to get that governor out of Florida too. That Rick Scott is an amazing governor in Florida.
All right.
So,
well, somebody get his number, and we'll get him on tomorrow. We'll get his number out tomorrow. Greg, go ahead. I didn't mean to interrupt you, buddy. Please forgive me.
No, that's okay, Larry. I was just going to say in closing. I know you got other callers, but Pastor Ernie Sanders has for years been fighting the good fight for the unborn in the state of Ohio, and Larry, you've been there. You know what it's all about. But if do you recall the story about Green Tooth and how Ernie was sitting in that restaurant?
Sure do. I was here. It was here.
Yeah, it sure was. Have you got 30 seconds or a minute to tell that story?
You got maybe 30, and that's it.
Go for it.
Why don't we save that for? Why don't we, Greg? Why don't we save that until tomorrow, please? I'd like for people to hear, but I want them to hear a little bit more in detail than just a quick cut. Can we do that, my friend?
I'd rather you tell the story too, because you were there, you know it. So the only thing I'd say in closing today is get the video, get in the game, get off the sidelines. We need starters, not bench warmers. Thank you, all of you, for all you're doing.
Let me ask you something, Greg. You talked to Pastor Sanders. He's been with me, or I've been with him, however you want to say it, for 20 some odd years, since the time when I started fighting Clinton.
That's right.
Do you think he believes I'm real?
Larry, we talked about that yesterday, and you better believe he does, because Ernie says, I have been with Larry since, just the pre-Clinton Chronicle days. And, Ernie has been, much like you, he's been shot at, rousted. I don't know if you've ever been arrested, but I know Pastor Ernie has been. He and Pastor Joe, in those pro-life rallies, they have gone to the mat for the lives of the unborn. And Larry and all of the people that are listening today that are participating and actively engaged in this battle, you're in the battle too. And I can tell you, folks, if we don't fight hard now, you won't like the end result, because what's coming to the nation and the White House is uglier than the picture you see of somebody on TV today.
All right, Greg. Thank you, buddy. By the way, folks, I got $5 from Grant, $25 from Susan. Thank you both so much. That's $30. That's it, $30. Once again, folks, and I say this with Chad right here beside me, if you've only got $20 to help me or to get the video, I insist you get that video. You get that video. So, folks, I expect today, Chad, I want you to watch the numbers very closely, but I expect today we're going to play catch up. And I want to see about 200 people order that video today. Do you hear me, folks? 200. We're going to have to get back up where we need to be. And remember what you learned today, and it'll be up on our YouTube page, Chad. They're hiring an attorney to fight us. That's how big and important this issue is that we're fighting. So please, 200 of you, show your face, get in the game. Chad, anything from you, buddy? In closing, we're short of time.
Yeah, I want to say, thank you very much for all you've done, Larry. And, everyone needs to understand that Larry's not doing well, and he needs your help as well. And if it comes down to if you're ordering the video just to order the video and you're not watching the video, I prefer you don't do that. I prefer you send Larry the $20. But if you're going to watch the video and you're going to absorb it and own it, then yes, by all means. But, Larry's PayPal address is nicholslive@aol.com. And please put him in your prayers. And if you could do a little more, help him out. He's not doing all that well. So, Larry, love you. And
you too. And by the way, happy birthday. But, Chad, before you go, give the address. Your voice is much more clear than mine. Give the address of the site for him to go to get the video.
www.states, STATES, rights, RIGHTS.video. That's statesrights.video. Don't Google it. Type it in directly to your browser, www.statesrights.video. You're going to have to set up an account with Vimeo first, and then you could buy it and watch it. There's no downloading. You're just going to watch it on your Vimeo account. Thank you.
All right, Chad. Happy birthday again from me and an audience that thanks you very much for what you've done. But, folks, get that phone lit up for Chad. We've got to watch those numbers today. Be a part of this, will you? Be a part of it. We don't like saying go away, but if you're not going to help us, go away. We'll see you tomorrow, hopefully. Goodbye.
Way up high, there's a land that I've heard of, one in a lullaby.